My name is Nora Nelson and welcome to Trading Vows. This is a story of my fiance Andy and I using the power of barter to get to the wedding of our dreams.
We had been friends of friends but had never known each other, and it just so happens that a good friend of mine had run into a good friend of hers, and they had been dating years past and said to themselves, hey, we should meet up, we should go catch up and grab maybe some dinner and a beer.
It's so funny, when I first saw him and walked up to the table with our friends, and he had a hat on backwards, and I was like, oh, he's kind of cute. And then our friends got into this deep conversation, and so then I was forced to talk to him that night.
Forced. We were down in Wabasha. We were on our houseboat with many friends from our marina, and Nora jumped on a tube and something happened. The rope broke, and it actually wasn't really a wrist, but the top of her hand broke. And when she came back to shore, I had been in, I think, grilling steaks or something, and I saw a bunch of people huddled around Nora. I go out there and I thought, uh-oh, she's hurt. And it turns out she's got some ice on her wrist, and she yells at me. She's like, I think I broke my hand, but could you grab me a beer? And so right then I knew that this is the girl for me.
We went and tried to snowboard up in Lutsen with some friends of ours, and I was horrible. And there was a point where I had this nervous breakdown on a chairlift, and I was crying, and I just wanted to give up. And he was so supportive and stayed in such a good mood when I was having this massive panic attack. And just after that weekend, it was so much fun and highs and lows, and he kind of saw like a different side of me. And after that weekend, I knew that, oh gosh, it was so much fun, and I just knew Andy was it. But so we walk around this house, and I'm taking pictures, and I'm yelling at Andy to, get out of the shot and watch his shadow, and I'm taking all these pictures because I have no idea what his client wants. And we end up back in the kitchen, and I'm looking, I open up the stove because that's just what you do, and then I open up the fridge, and there's a bottle of Dom Perignon champagne in there. And I'm thinking, whoa, classy touch, Mark Hoffman, thinking that his client just puts this $200 bottle of champagne in, the fridge for all his clients when when they buy a home through him. And I just was thinking, this is incredible. Well, there's also a card on top of this bottle of champagne, and because I'm nosy, of course I'm going to read it. It wasn't in an envelope, so I lifted it up and read it, and it said, welcome home, Nora, but on one condition. And I look at Andy, and I didn't say anything. It did not register. The best way I can explain it does not compute. It just did not make sense to me. And so he said, well, did you read it? Read it again. And I looked down, read it again. Welcome home, Nora, but on one condition. And while I'm looking down, I turn around, and there he is getting down on one knee, and my hand just goes to my mouth. I had not one idea it was coming. I had no clue. He always said that when he was going to propose, he was going to make it big and he was going to do it right, and he absolutely did.
Good one. We got that on tape now, so.
Thank you so much again for coming to visit us, and we're looking forward to having you back soon. Please contact us with any questions, and look forward to hearing from you and working with you on the biggest day of our life.